everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Samantha and I'm back with a brand new video. This is another episode of Spill the Tea where I literally just sit here and we can get ready together and I just talk about anything and everything. There is no script to this. I'm gonna start off this video with a huge apology to you guys because it is so hot right now in Vancouver and I do not want to complain because it is wet and dreary almost like 8-9 months of the year. So anytime we get a really hot summer, I'm really happy about, but I cannot film this without the air conditioner going in the background. So you might hear some air conditioning, like humming sounds in the back. I will do my best in post to remove that sound, but I cannot promise anything, and I also don't want to be a sweaty mess. So listening without headphones, I feel like when you listen without headphones, you hear the sound of the air conditioning less. Anyway, I'm gonna get like very minimalistic makeup because last week was a very, very busy week. I had a lot of events, I had a lot of meetings, and a lot of shoots downtown. So I was traveling, like I was driving to the city quite a bit, and that took up quite a bit of like admin time. And if you're like not familiar with like my channel, if you've never watched my videos before, I just recently went full-time with content creation like in February. I love the admin side of things too, and I know like some people don't actually enjoy like emails and everything else that you do at home, but I actually really enjoy those days where I can just sit at home and not have any makeup on, not do anything. And this week is one of those weeks. The Estee Lauder skin tint, this has SPF in it and I love it. Okay, I've been using this so much the past few like weeks. Just a little bit. You actually don't need a lot of this either, which I really like because I am just generally someone who does not put too much foundation on anyway. Like I don't like to cake on my makeup. I actually like things pretty natural. But yeah, let me share a life update. Let me think. I'm probably gonna go to LA for a little bit. I like love LA. I don't know if I would ever move there one day. Like I know when I was younger I really did want to move to LA full time. But I don't know anymore with the whole like political environment that's happening in the US right now. I kind of want to go to Disneyland when we're there, but we will have to see how crowds and everything turns out. Also, I'm using the Pixie On The Glow bronze. I kind of use this also as a blush on days where it's already so hot and I don't need additional stuff in my face. Keep things natural today. I'm using the Makeup by Mario contour stick. I actually need to get more because this is running low. I've been using it so much, but it is my favorite contour stick. It was the first time I've ever used a contour stick before, and it was on my wedding day actually. I had never used one before this, and I really fell in love with how blendable it is. And like, as you can see, it like melts really nicely into the skin. It's pretty flawless. And selling point, it comes with a brush at the end. So I feel like you pay 2 in 1, right? You get 2 things for the price of 1. So we went camping, you guys. We went camping, which I think it's so funny. Like, one thing you need to know about me, I'm very, very much a city girl. I love to be comfortable when I'm traveling. I really love having a bathroom that flushes. I also really like having a shower and not feeling sticky. I also don't like sleeping on the floor, which makes me sound a little bit like a princess, but I swear it's just like basic. I just like to be comfortable. Like my husband Albert, he loves camping. He's very much an outdoor nature kind of guy, which is the opposite of Sam. But that's okay. That's okay. Like there's different layers to everyone, and me being the Gemini that I am, I was like, you know what, I can do this. I can camp and survive, but I definitely know that 2 days is my max, like 2 nights, that is my max that I can do. So I booked a camping site at the start of the year as his birthday present, and yeah, we finally went. a few weeks ago. I checked to make sure that there was a flush bathroom, and there was, and a sink with soap. So we were off to a great start already, you guys. Like, once we got to the campsite, it was very, very well maintained. There were a lot of families and people around, which I also like. I don't like being in too secluded of a campsite because I watch a lot of horror movies, and I know that I would like to have people around me just in case. You don't know, just in case. A few friends who were there with us as well, so we shared the campsite, and honestly, I thought it was a really great time. Likelihood of cell reception is really, really low. Of course, that depends on the campsite that you are at, but this campsite had no cell reception, or like really wonky cell reception, and so I couldn't use my phone, which is something that I really generally do when I'm bored, but I just tried to be really present and in nature, and it was actually quite nice to be able to disconnect. Anyway, I used the airbrush bronzer. I've used this for a really long time. As you can see, it is hitting the pan majorly, and I need to get a new one. NARS translucent powder, one of my favorites. I kind of alternate between this and the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush powder depending on the day and like how hot it is, to be honest. But I really like the NARS one because it does come in a more compact packaging, so I could essentially just put this in my bag and bring it with me. I will be using the Sephora Boost and Lock. I think that this is a really great alternative if you're looking for a nice eyeshadow primer, because I got this around the same time that I bought the NARS eyeshadow base, and for a third of the price, especially if you get this during the Sephora sale, it does exactly the same thing. I actually think this is better. It helps the eye makeup go on way smoother. Using Bronze Goddess. This is from Estee Lauder. I had recently just gotten this in the mail. It is such a beautiful, beautiful palette. It's very summer colors, very golden. Yeah, I like it. I find that the shade that works best for me, really depends actually, because I was gonna say warmer shades, but then my wedding makeup was cooler shades, so I obviously don't know what I'm talking about. Prior to like last year, like we had always kind of stayed in and not actively looked for stuff to do in the summer months, but then last year we really wanted to have the full summer experience in the city. Like we went to the water park, we went to the beer festival that was happening in Vancouver, and from that experience, like we did so much socially that it was just the best time. And that's something that we want to do every summer, is because, you know, like why not? I feel like why stay at home and like not do anything when it's so nice out. Anyway, I'm switching over to my Dior palette. This was my wedding eyeshadow palette, which I said was a little bit cooler, and I think it was very flattering on like my skin tone, but I love kind of alternating between this and some warmer shades. I also recently found out that people, like a lot of people that I've been talking to, think that eyeliner actually is quite a bit of makeup, but it's so strange to me because ever since I started using makeup, I have always used eyeliner to create like the cat eye look, and that just makes me feel like not naked, because I feel like if I just do this and mascara, I feel really asleep and like kind of naked. It makes me feel complete and like awake. I always like to like do a little bit of a cat eye. I love this eyeliner, liquid eyeliner pencil. It is from the drugstore. It's just Maybelline. It is the Master Precise, and it is my holy grail, my go-to eyeliner. I wore this for a wedding day, did not have to reapply it once. I teared up, I was sweating, and it looked the same as it did. And I don't even need to use the waterproof one. This is just the regular one, and it still stays on throughout the day. Using the Lancome Clee Booster. I never know how to pronounce this, but it is the eyelash primer from Lancome. I had first received it in a PR package and I'm obsessed. As someone who has generally shorter lashes, in my opinion, I love using this before I put mascara on because I feel like it helps fan out my lashes a lot more. And I don't wear false eyelashes unless I get like eyelash extensions, but that's quite different than falsies, or I'm just not putting them on properly. And so I really do like using this to help fan out my lashes a little bit more. It's super like lightweight, doesn't make the eyes feel weird, because sometimes, you know, when you put glue, if you wear false eyelashes, it does feel a little bit weird. But as you can see, yeah, super nice. And I know there's a lot of chatter about Lancome mascaras, and a lot of people love the Idole mascara from Lancome, but I personally find the Hypnose to be a better option for me. I don't know what it is. The brush just works a lot better for my lashes. I like watching crime documentaries and like horror movies and kind of leaving it on the background as like white noise. Not because it relaxes me, it does like make me feel anxious and stuff. Oh, actually no, anxious is not the right word. It just like gets me, like, it's interesting to watch, so I find it quite exciting. And I find it like, yeah, it's just like how some people enjoy thrillers or horror, right, versus other types of genre of movies. So I don't think it's weird, but he's like, it's so weird that you like watch this in the background as you like do your dishes and etc, etc. And I'm like, excuse me, sir, enjoy it. Like, he watches war movies and I'm like, this is so boring to me. Like, I need something more exciting to like have in the background. And Alice, so good. The formula goes on so smooth. This is the shade Amaretto. I actually wanted to use a nude shade, but you know what? I can't find it. And also, it's partially melted because I've been bringing it out in the sun quite often. So I'm gonna just dab on a little bit because I don't want to red bull it. I just want it to look natural. A little bit of this on, and then I'm going to top it off with the Pixie Gloss. This is, I don't know what shade this is. In the shade Sheer Rose, it has this really nice light tint of pink. It's also very hydrating, so I find this like a nice mesh between a lip balm and a gloss. What do you think? Also, I want to show you guys my makeup bag in case you haven't watched my video of what is inside my makeup bag. Be sure to watch it. I'll link it up above. But anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode of Spill the Tea. I really love when you're here and like love to hear from you. So let me know if there's anything you want to chat about down in the comments. You can find me all over the socials. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. And I'm here every single week. So I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.